Hello, my name is Crystal, and I have a problem. Yeah, a book buying problem. But I'm going to deal with that today. I'll show you what I got lately. So, today's a book haul. Whatever, let's do it. Alright, so this past, over Memorial Day weekend, I'll say, my husband and I went out of town just for a little getaway, and, stumbled into a couple of bookstores, like you do. Like you do. I always love, when you're traveling, and though I haven't traveled in a while, but when you're out and about and, you discover a new little place, right? So yeah. And we went to a little town called Sparta, North Carolina, and don't you know, right there in town, they had a little used bookstore. It was a Friends of the Library type of bookstore, and stuff was like, really cheap. Like 50 cents, $1, a couple bucks, Everything I bought was 50 cents or $1. But, a little town, you're not really sure what to expect. I was like, I probably won't find too much, but of course I won't go look, Let's go check it out. And lo and behold, they had a whole big old sci-fi fantasy section where they also kept their horror in there. And I found some gems. I was pleasantly surprised. I walked out with 3 bags of books. And then on the way home, we stopped at a Mckays. Now, Mckays is kind of a small chain of used bookstores. There's a couple here in North Carolina, and I think there are 3 or 4 locations in Tennessee. So it's, a small kind of chain used bookstore. And they've got used movies, DVDs, records, board games. I mean, it's a massive store. And and so we stopped at the one that's in Winston-Salem, which from where we live, it's about an hour and a half away. So it's not like a store that I'm gonna like drive to visit very often at all. And I was like, since we're like driving by, so on the way home we stopped there, and got a box of books there. So I enjoyed my trip. Okay, I was on vacation, and then I got a little stack of books that were waiting for me when I got home that I ordered from Book Outlet. Ooh, okay. It's fine. We'll start my Book Outlet order because that's in my lap. I did pick up the Neil Gaiman Reader. This is a collection of some of his, or a lot of his short stories. Now, some of these I may have read in other, collections or whatever. I don't know. I have to, dig into these, but, Book Outlet. It wasn't very expensive, of course. I caught one of their sales. I think a 20% off sale or something like that. Y'all know I'm a Gaiman fan, so. Picked up 2 Margaret Atwood poetry collections. I've not read any of her poetry, so I was really excited. I have Dearly and what's this one called? Morning in the Burned House. Atwood poems. I'm so excited. I picked up Flowers for the Sea by Zen E. Rocklin. I think this is sort of a post-apocalyptic. Let me see. Survivors from a flooded kingdom struggle alone on an ark. Resources are scant, and ravenous sea beasts circle. Their fangs are sharp. Among the refugees is Iroxy, ostracized, despised, and a commoner who refused a prince. She's pregnant with a child who might be more than human. Her fate may be darker and more powerful than she can imagine. That sounds pretty good. Somebody talked about this, which put it on my radar. I don't remember now. Of course, I think it was like $3. So look at that cover. I've just noticed. There's tentacles. And look at her face. Okay, that looks cool. We by Yevgeny Zamyatin. Who spoke about this? Gareth, maybe? Book Songs and Other Magic. Did you talk about this? Somebody talked about this somewhat recently, also in the past few months or so, that made me want to read it. So I bought it. I think it's sort of a dystopian from 1920. So yeah, so more of a class. Is that right? Anyway, I want to read it. And then lastly, I picked up my Friend Dahmer by Durf Durf. Is that right? It's the graphic novel. I just want to check it out, and it was pretty inexpensive. But outlet, of course, so I'll check it out. So that's my little book haul. So first, I'm going to start with a little bookstore that is in Sparta, North Carolina. If you ever make it to Sparta, North Carolina, it's a little small mountain town. Super cute little place. You can check out this store. I'm forgetting the name of the place. I'll put the name down in the description, though. But I'm not going to remember it. Anyway. So, bag number 1. I found Blood Music by Greg Bear. This sounds amazing. This guy was a genius behind biologic, the restructuring of cells that can think. So when Genetron canceled the project, Virgil smuggled his life's work out of the lab the only way he knew how. He injected himself with them. And so I think they go like all like rogue intelligent inside of his body, and the story goes from there. It sounds pretty amazing, actually. So I was like, the yellow sticker, yeah, it was 50 cents. Basically, mass markets were 50 cents. Like most of the, I think hardbacks were $1, and then some things were kind of $2 and $3, I think, and then some were kind of like specially priced, but on the whole. And actually they had a 10-cent table. I grabbed some 10-cent books too. Anyway. Anyway, I found F Cubed by Daniel De Cruz. Let's cover, first of all. Lady in a hot suit. Love it. For 10 years, U.S. and Soviet mutual inspection teams roamed one another's countries, searching for breaches of the arms agreements. They never found one. And kind of Soviet threat, perfect Garbage read, am I right? Basically, there's a person that sprung from prison to try to like track down some kind of Soviet thing. It sounds pretty fun. Tesseract by Joseph Addison, another awesome cover. I'm not sure what this thing is. Occupation, World Saver. Tyson's Folly, Manhattan's new building, was a windowless cube, an impenetrable fortress dwarfed by the taller structures of Midtown. So there's an executive. He'll be the first outsider to glimpse its interior. And he learns of his new and unusual promotion and the impossible assignment he was expected to carry out. Had to bring peace to one planet and discord to another. Ooh, we get multiverse here. I don't know, sounds pretty cool. This one I got purely because it has an awesome step back cover. This is Nerves by Lester Del Rey. Watch this, you guys. Wow, it's amazing. It's so good. An incredible day in the life of an atomic power plant gone wild. They were risking the biggest catastrophe of all time, and time was running out. So it was like, an atomic plant meltdown, and I'm guessing something happens. So basically, when I worked into this store, this was the first book I grabbed off the shelf. And I was really surprised because, again, I didn't know what I was going to find. But I found a J.F. Gonzalez book on the shelf, and I was like, okay, Sparta. Maybe you're not a little sleepy little town after all. Somebody's reading J.F. Gonzalez. Anyway, so this is called The Beloved. Ronnie Baker thought his new girlfriend was perfect, but he couldn't see what his family did, that Diana and her children weren't quite normal, that somehow she was slowly sucking away his time, his money, his life. Don Grant has been tracking the creature ever since it turned his wife into something barely more than a living zombie, traced its mayhem back for centuries, feeding off lust and violence. It grows stronger and more seductive with each life it drains, and goes from there. So I read Survivor somewhat recently, a few months ago, and it was fine, but this one sounds a little more intriguing, actually, so let me know if you've read it. It's pretty good. Another sort of like medical thriller is called Mutant by Peter Clement. This one, why did I get this one? Probably sounded cool. Isolated stretch of highway in Oahu. A woman cradles her dying son in her arms. In the days that follow, an autopsy draws a shocking conclusion. The boy, his lungs filled with blood, died of a disease previously found only in birds. Oh, we got a bird flu, maybe? Okay. I'm here for it. Let's go to bag number 2. I got a lot of paperbacks. Because again, they were... Oh, here's the bookmark. Yes, Books and Friends. That's what it was. In Sparta, North Carolina. Books and Friends. It benefits... It's a Friends of the Library store, so all of the proceeds go to the local library. I mean, it's a win-win. So, this bag, what gems? I don't probably remember what all I picked up. Okay. Oh yeah, I found a bunch of Ellen Dean Fosters, and this is Nora Crystal Tears. Well, some of these are parts of series that I maybe have like book 2 and book 5. But first of all, it's like a giant praying mantis looking thing talking with this lady. I mean, before man and insect-like Thranks had become allies, when the reptilian On were just occasional raiders of Thranks colony worlds, one young Thranks agricultural expert lived a life of quiet desperation. So then this guy, I guess his name is Rio, and he buries himself in his work, reclaiming marshland from a tenacious jungle, until he comes across a letter describing a relative's encounter with hard, two-legged, soft-skinned, space-going beasts. Or maybe this is Rio. Maybe the humans are the aliens. Okay. Okay. Another Ellen Dean Foster, For Love of Mother. Not. Another great cover. Now this, I think, was part of a series. See if it says it here. Oh, I don't know. Of course it doesn't say. But anyway. Just sounds like a fantasy sci-fi type of... I don't know. I had to have it. So, oops. Got a thing on my phone. Okay. This one was pretty cool. Gary A. Braunbeck's In Silent Graves. Pretty cool cover. I don't think I've heard of this author or anything, but there's a dude named Robert. He seemed to have it all. He was a newscaster with a rising career, a beautiful wife, new baby on the way, that whole thing. But in just a few short hours, Robert's world was turned upside down. Now his family is gone. The torment only gets worse when his daughter's body is stolen from the morgue by a strange, disfigured man. So he begins a journey into a world of nightmare, an unimaginable world of mystery, horror, and revelation. That's all I'm going to read. That sounds pretty great, yeah? Shoot, I'm going to read that. And I have a copy of this already, but this is such a cool cover for God Emperor of Doom. I picked it up. It was 50 cents. Just to have a cool cover. That's pretty cool. I haven't read that one yet, but another Ellen Dean Foster, Mission to Mulligan. I think this one was a series too. Yeah, sequel to Ice Rigger, which I did also pick up. Yeah, so I got Ice Rigger too. So I can read Ice Rigger. I think it should go right into book 2. Mission to Mulligan. It looks like some sort of fantasy, sci-fi, crash landing on a frigid ice world of Trankiki, Lord of mercy, starts a small band of humans on an incredible journey for survival. That sounds pretty cool. So maybe I'll save that for like the winter time, since they're on basically Hoth. Let's see. What is this one? The ESP Worm by Pierce Anthony and Robert E. Margroff. This had to come home with me. Amazing cover. Look at that. There's like two, people in the suits here, and then some sort of big caterpillar. Or I guess it's an ESP worm. Earth's first alien visitor looks like a 12-foot long cabbage worm, acts like a spoiled brat, and delights in taking over humans' minds for fun. That's all I need to know. Hey, it's another Alan D. Foster blood hype. Look at this cover. We got like a naked lady creature, some kind of turtle-looking thing, a dog thing, a man thing, some cube, some kind of spaceship. I don't know. This is going to be awesome. But this is part of a series of Flinks and Pip series, I think. I feel like this is part of that series too. I looked it all up, but now I can't remember now. The End of the Matter. So yeah. I guess I'm collecting Alan D. Foster books now. Now this one. A Woman of the Future by David Ireland. I'm pretty sure is a shoe-in for Grub August if I can fit it in. It's a little longer. It's a little over 300 pages. I gotta read you this one. Alethea, a woman born beautiful in a future time, lives in a bizarre Australia of proles and rulers, of grotesque bodies and childhood sex, of savage games and empty lives. In this haunted landscape of the soul, Alethea is obsoletely human. She loves, she desires, she dreams, and as she changes from child to woman, she begins an intellectual and erotic journey through an unforgettable country at once alien and terrifyingly familiar. Sounds salacious! And I looked it up a little bit, and that was, of course, very controversial when it came out in Australia. Bro. That sounds good. Bag number 3. I did snag a few hardbacks. Should have took these out of the bag, probably, but sorry for the rustling. I found a few Tanith Lee books. Get them together. Yeah, it was really, and they were $1. So I found Dark Dance. I think I've not read any Tanith Lee, but I've been very intrigued. Some people have been buying her books lately and reading them. So Personal Darkness. Look at that cover. Isn't that great? I think her work tends to have a sexy side. Heart Beast. A great cover. A great cover. And The Secret Books of Paradise 1 and 2. So, I mean, for $1, I won't turn it down. All right, a few more from this one. I found a copy of The Snow Queen by Joan D. Venge. Who has talked about this? I want to say Joshua over at Coffee Cats and King talked about this book maybe like a year or 2 ago or so. It's been a little while, I think. And someone recently talked about this book. I don't remember now. It has like the modern cover. It looks really different. The cover looks amazing. It looks so cool. I think this is sort of a fantasy, sci-fi type of book. But yeah, science fiction. It looks like it has a fantasy lean to it. Unborn by David Shorn. I mean, any kind of like kid horror where like there's a haunted baby or a demon child, The Unborn is a novel so terrifying and unique, yet so believable that it is impossible to put down. Let's see. Volunteer at a sleep laboratory. Monitoring brain waves of a sleeping woman. Something happens from there. I found a John Coyne book, The Searing Another great cover. It's vivid and chilling. Vivid. I don't want to take too long, but I found some short story collection of Paulo. Oh my gosh, by Galilee. I'm sure I said that wrong. It's a couple books that I want to read by him, but I saw this sort of short story collection called Pump 6. I jumped on that because it sounds great. Yeah, he wrote The Wind Up Girl, which I really want to read. So yeah, so that was the little Books and Friends, right? It was such a cute store. I think I spent like $15 on all those books. So here I got a big box of books that I picked up at Mckays, and I didn't spend too much there either, but I found this book that was cool. I think it was a couple bucks. Mammoth Book of Vampires. It's got, you know, Clyde Barker, Robert Bloch, Ramsey Campbell, M.R. James, Brian Lumley, all kinds of folks. For a couple bucks, I'm gonna pick it up, you know? I'm just gonna pick it up. I scoured the horror section to find some paperbacks, and I like what I picked up. So, John Ferris's The Fury and the Power. Let me know if you've read any of these too. This looks like some sort of demon story. A trickster. Okay. Whitley Strieber's Cat Magic, because cat magic. Not gonna turn down that awesome cover. Somebody's read this recently too. I don't remember now. I love that cover. I found an Edward Lee book, Infernal Angel. I think this is a sequel, so I'll need to find book 1 somewhere. But you know, I think it was probably just a couple bucks, and it doesn't even look like it was ever read. So I picked it up, and I've never read any Edward Lee yet. So I need to get on that. I found The Keep by F. Paul Wilson. Love this cover. Isn't that a cool cover? It's kind of a thick boy. Immediately, an elite SX extermination squad is sent to destroy whatever enemy dares challenge the might of the Third Reich. And the battle is joined, a battle more awesomely terrifying than anything ever experienced, between the ultimate evil created by man and the unthinkable, undreamed of, undead horror it has awakened from centuries of darkness to suck the life from living souls again. That sounds amazing. I found J.G. Passarella's Wither. So I read the back of this and it sounded cool. We got a college town, proud of their colonial heritage, including the legend of Dark Witches Coven dating back 300 years. I think that's where I stopped, and I said, yeah, I'm going to buy that because it has witches in it. Tom Piccirilli's A Lower Deep because it's got a clown mime on the cover. Nightmare Fuel. So this has a man known only as the Necromancer and his demonic familiar named Self wander the spectral highways of the countryside, incurring the wrath of both heaven and hell. I'm down with that. Super stoked about a Puppies Bright book. Found Drawing Blood. Very excited. Y'all know I loved Exquisite Corpse, and I can't wait to read more Puppies Bright. I never read Puppies Bright back in the 90s and stuff when I was reading like this kind of stuff. I don't know, I just didn't know about it. So this takes place in North Carolina, so of course I picked that up. I think it's kind of part haunted house, like or mystery going on with like some dead relatives. Yeah, so this one sounded pretty cool. Furnace by Muriel Gray. A trucker pulls his 18-wheeler into a mountain town, Furnace, Virginia, another southern story. He expects nothing more than a hot meal and a place to rest, but he'll soon find out that Furnace, he's become a pawn in a centuries-old game, one with consequences more terrifying than his darkest nightmare. Excuse me. So it said 5 days alive permitted. I guess he has 5 days to do something before he's allowed to leave or town or whatever. Rick Cartala's Mountain King. Just an author I've not read yet, so I picked it up. It takes place on a mountain, so it sounds pretty cool. Some say a demon resided on the rocky slopes, an unholy thing that periodically emerged from the mist to claim a life. But Mark has hiked the trails to the mountain's peak many times. He's heard the tales, but he didn't believe them. I guess until one day he started believing them, right? Sounds pretty cool. The find of the day was this symbiotic fascination by Charlie Jacob. If you watch Alex over at the Pokebus, then you know how much she loved this book. I bought this. I found it for 75 cents. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to read it since, she's been talking about it, so can't wait. Yeah, so I will link her review to this book below. Excuse me. Douglas Clegg's Naomi. I bought this because I saw on the back where originally the proceeds from this book went to the NDSS, the National Down Syndrome Society. That's one of the two national Down syndrome kind of groups, whatever. And I just thought that was really cool. So I was curious if there's maybe a character with Down syndrome in the book or not. I'm not sure, but it sounds cool either way. But I thought, maybe there's like a side character or even just a small character with Down syndrome or something in here. I don't know, and I thought it was just pretty cool that all of the royalties went to NDSS at the time. I just thought, so now I wanted to search to see if he has a personal connection to Down syndrome. I'm not sure, but anyway, I picked that up. I did get The Living Dead. It's a collection of basically zombie stories. Clive Barker, Puppies Bright, Neil Gaiman, Stephen King, Kelly Link, George R. R. Martin. I guess a couple bucks. A couple of bucks. I did find this hardcover Clive Barker book, Galilee. I think this is more of a sort of romance type story about this really powerful family. It's like as rich as the Rockefellers. The Geary dynasty has held subtle sway over American life since the end of the Civil War. But they're a family with secrets, dark, terrible secrets about the roots of their influence. So, add to my Clive Barker collection. I really need to start reading. Okay. A Pierce Anthony book, Shade of the Tree. Very cool cover. There's The Big Estate, an oddball uncle named Elijah, Deep Florida Woods. Haunted House. Yeah, pick that one up. This one sounded cool. Winifred Els's The Changeling Garden. I had not heard of this. A place to put down roots. When Annie and Mark and their 5-year-old son David move into a grand old Victorian house surrounded by a jumble of gardens, they are not prepared for the terror that awaits them. Annie soon realizes something is changing little David, drawing him into an unnatural bond with the chaotic tendrils of vine and root. Right? This sounds so good. Yeah. And the rest are V.C. Andrews books. Yeah, I'm adding to my collection. Some of these were like 10 cents. Some were like 90 cents. Some were like $1.25. I don't think I paid over $1.25 for any of these. So some of these will help me kind of fill out some of the holes of the 1,000 series that V.C. Andrews has. But they had step back covers, and so I basically bought them all that I needed. When am I going to get to Mckays again? You know what I'm saying? So I have The Storm. Oh my god, it has a creepy like doll. It's so crazy. This one is part of the Hudson series. I have Hidden Jewel, which is part of the Landry series. It's a great cover. A great front cover with this like cracked mirror, spider webs, and then a pow. Very cool. It's like a creepy Creepy dude hanging in the back of the window back there. Oh, whoops. Here's not a VC Andrews. I found an Andrew Niederman book. I thought I got them all. Dang it. Now I'm all out of order. This is called Unholy Birth. Another like demon child book. Andrew Niederman, who we know is VC Andrews, right? But Wright says VC Andrews for the bulk of the VC Andrews books. Anyway, yeah, demon child book, basically, I think. Had to get that one. Hidden Jewel, okay. I found Into the Rainbow, another of the Hudson series. Really nice rainbow cover. Of course, an amazing step back. Someone's getting violent up there on those steps. I found Twisted Roots, which I think is part of the De Beers series. It's not quite as a dynamic of a step back, but it is there. Evil Twins? I don't know. That looks crazy. Alright, Lightning Strikes. If you're told that flush my kid, to flush the toilet. Okay. Lightning Strikes. Another dude lurking in the window. What's with the dudes lurking in the window? I don't know. I did find The Coffee Garden of Shadows, which I did just read. But it was a good decent copy. It has the cool step back. I do want to get the Dollenganger series. I found Wicked Forest, which is part of the De Beers series. I think Willow is the first book of this one, which I do have already. I love that one, which is really cool painting in the back. Melody. Very cool, kind of story. Oh, it takes place on the coast, this one. Let's see, and the rest of them are her smaller, I don't know if they're like kind of technically YA series, I'm not really sure. But I found a couple of the Shooting Stars ones. There's Ice and Honey. And then I have a couple of them also. One of the Orphans series, I found Raven and Crystal. Should make this my like picture of a profile picture now. And Orphans, yeah, so this is Butterfly. And this is part of the Wildflowers series. There's Misty and Star. I should have showed you the backs because they had little things on the backs. But yeah, I guess I'm just a VC Andrews collector now. Oh, there's Crystal. Oh, she looks like me. She has a book. And she looks a little moody. It looks like I looked when I was a teenager. Okay, that's it, my friends. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just buying stuff. I don't know. Books are making me happy right now. The world's kind of a crap hole. So well, I should probably slow it down a little bit though, right? Yeah. Maybe I'll put a little ban on myself. Wait till like maybe it's my birthday or something and then do some more book shopping. I've got plenty of books to read. We all know this. But it's always fun to check out new stores too, you know? But anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. It's a long one. I'm sorry, but let me know if you've read any of these crazy wild books. I would love to know if you recommend something because I want to read all of these for sure. So thanks for watching. Always so appreciative of your time. Until next time.